Musashi Miyamoto facing zombies and demons, and using a magical gauntlet that imprisons their souls, seems to be good. So guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon that talks the most about Netflix anime on YouTube, and you're on my channel. Yes, Onimusha is based on a very famous Capcom game from the PlayStation 2 era, and one thing I need to make clear is that I never played the games, so this video will have no comparisons with the games, and I will limit myself to just talk about this animation, okay? But the Monio, you mentioned Musashi Miyamoto, isn't that the character that appears in Baki, and that also appears in Ragnarok? I tell you that yes, in fact Musashi is a real character in the history of Japan, and he is known for being the most famous and prestigious samurai who ever lived, and the best swordsman in Japan, since Musashi supposedly never lost a duel, and he appears as characters in several manga, such as Baki, Ragnarok, Vagabond, and many others. Capcom's anime requires you to have a minimum knowledge of who Musashi is, so you can have a better understanding, as some things from Musashi's history are mentioned, for example, his most famous battle, which was against Kojiro Sasaki, known with his biggest rival, and yes, it is the same Kojiro who fights in Ragnarok. The story begins when a conflict in a village is started by the villagers living there. A samurai is sent by the clan leader to control this conflict, but this samurai betrays the clan and takes the village's territory for himself. In Musashi's mission, it's basically going after this traitor, to kill him and free the village from his control. But Musashi soon realizes that this is not a simple conflict, and that something supernatural is involved. In the first episode, we already know the group of main characters. They are a group of 7 samurai, and quickly the animation begins to develop the abilities of these characters in a very natural way, and we have very interesting concepts being presented, such as a doctor specialized in healing and the other specializes in hurting, and you can already see that they are a very strong group. The majority of those who make up Musashi's group are friends and trained with the traitor samurai. They are basically brothers in arms, and this will generate several interesting conflicts involving these characters, as they soon discover that their traitor friend had contact with supernatural forces, and released a demonic force on Earth that is helping him command that village, making him, apparently, the great villain of the story. And as the story progresses, and the villain's motivation is built, more things are revealed and they make the story more and more interesting. Overall, the first episode is very captivating, and wins you over very quickly. It starts with a very well-directed scene of Musashi facing 11 spearmen, and he is facing these enemies in a Buddhist temple, and you soon realize that there was something agreed between the characters, and the agreement was that if Musashi defeated the spearmen, the monks of the Buddhist temple would have to lend the object that they kept inside the temple, so that Musashi could use it in his mission, and for each defeated spearman the object would be an extra day with Musashi, and he manages to defeat a total of 33 spearmen, so he would have the right to spend 33 days with this object. And as the story progresses, we learn that the object is a magical gauntlet, which will be used by Musashi, which will help in battle, making him stronger, but at a cost, as the gauntlet gradually drains the user's life and leaves him more weakened over time. The version of Musashi we have here is older than we are used to, because he is already the greatest samurai of all time, who is no longer at the peak of his physical condition, but who is extremely intelligent and prepared for battle. An interesting curiosity is that Musashi's face in this animation is based on the face of Toshiro Mifune, an actor well known for making several classic samurai films, and who has played Musashi, and this is a beautiful tribute and great fan service for those who enjoy these classic samurai films. Regarding the animation style, I believe that the first thing that everyone will notice when watching the scenes is that the anime is made in computer graphics, and many people hate this type of animation, and I confess that if I had to choose, I prefer animation in 2D, but the graphic filters that emulate 2D used in these animes, the famous cell shading, are increasingly better done, so much so that many current animes now practically perfectly mix 2D with 3D, which is the case, for example, of Chainsaw Man, where 50% of what you see on screen is in computer graphics. The final episodes of Attack on Titan also have a lot of CGI, especially in the Titans, so I believe that the use of this technology will become more and more common, even more so if you think that Japan has been in a 2D animation crisis for a few years, where animators are overworked and earn little, but that's a topic for another video. But this technology will be improved more and more, So if you don't like computer graphics anime, and this is somehow a barrier for you to watch this type of animation, my advice is that you give it a chance, especially if the computer graphics are well done, because once you start watching, there is an initial strangeness, but you get used to it very quickly, getting to the point where you no longer realize that you are watching CGI. The pace of the anime is very good, the first episode ends very quickly, and you are left wanting to see the next one. So I would say that this anime is very good to watch all at once, since there are only 8 episodes, and the episodes are short, averaging 25 minutes. Of course, the anime is not perfect, it has some problems. For example, the story starts off very serious and even dark in a way, and as the episodes go by, this more serious side is lost and becomes a fighting shounen. Until the 4th episode, the story goes very well, quite exciting, then the general quality of the series decreases a little, but nothing that makes the anime bad, as the story is still very cool and the direction is very good, especially in the fights. Onimusha is a very cool anime, very straight to the point, with a good story, incredible fights and interesting characters. If you are a fan of Musashi from a manga, like Baki or Vagabond, if you are a fan of samurai in general and the computer graphics is not a barrier for you, you will definitely enjoy Onimusha. I can't say if people who are fans of the game will enjoy it, because as I said, I've never played the games, so if there are any fans of the games watching this video, please leave your opinion here in the comments, and if you've never played the games like me, did you like the anime? Leave it in the comments too, and if you liked the video, subscribe to see the next ones. That's it my people, until next time, demonic hugs.